Hello, welcome back. Final, well, I say final, possibly the final map of the day from us, as it is Complexity versus FaZe Clan, and with Complexity a map up already against the FaZe Clan side, we now move over to Complexity's map pick, so big potential for Complexity to pick up this game 2-0, and we're back together once again, as Nico picks up an opening frag. 0. Just going to back away from that ramp room. Config, though, coming in through main. Might be able to catch a player off guard. We'll see him do. He does take down Kiebi, but Brokey, he can't find anything over towards Hell. He's forced back. Obo gets that kill. And Complexity, they've brought things into a 3-on-3 on the pistol round. But Nico and Rain, they're going to tap heads up towards Heaven. And this wrap in towards the A site now relies all on Blame F, who's 1v3. Already found one of them. That's Nico to fall. 2 more to go. Bomb dropped in towards the site, so he's going to have to commit, and he's going to fake that he's dropped down. He now rotates his way back up towards Heaven. You can see how the FaZe Clan positions have changed. Rain's moved over towards the back of the site, over by that blue box, and Lameth might be able to spot him here, but no. Rain swings out, takes him down, and secures FaZe Clan the pistol on the CT side of Nuke.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need for this one. As we pointed out, it's not a great map for them. They only have 25% win rate in the last 3 months out of 12 times played. That's not a whole lot. But obviously, starting on that CT side could potentially help them out. Furthermore, picking up that pistol is definitely going to help them out. Complexity. We know that they're strong on this map. There's a reason why they choose it. They have roughly 70% win rate, I believe. So obviously a strong map for them. See how that pans out. FaZe Clan picking up the pistol. Ooh, that's a good shot there from Nico. Brokey out towards the yard, just watching for any aggression coming his way. Nothing just yet, though. Complexity, they got the Desert Eagles. A Tech 9 in hand as well. We see it every once in a while, but it's not the most common pistol these days.
No, certainly.
Complexity making the moves down towards the B-bomb site from that ramp area. That's a nice shot with that.
Oh, no!
Tech 9, oh my god.
A quick double from Config there with the Tech 9. You were just mentioning it, and Brokey, he tries to switch his way in towards the double doors, but he's only able to find one poison. We'll trade him out. The Deagle does the damage, and now Kiebi naded down. He's just left with 60 points of health, a 3-on-2 for the Complexity side, but it's still the weapons that are favouring the FaZe Clan players, but a 1-for-1 trade there leaves Complexity still in the advantage until Kiebi swings in with the MP9. It's all up towards Obo, 1v1, and the Deagle doesn't even want to use the MP9. He just wants to straight clap Kiebi with that Deagle. The one shot comes through, and Complexity, they'll tie up the game with the Deagles and a single Tech 9. Config just running towards the site and getting 2 quick kills.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That long distance kill on Nico through the double door, that's unheard of. The second kill, mid-air, he hits a headshot. I mean, that one, he was like right up against his opponent, so.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough for the Tech 9 in that situation. It should be effective close range, but long range, it's not generally known for that. Config makes it work, and now it's FaZe Clan who have the pistols. 5 Deagles for them to work with. And they replicate some of the success of the Complexity side, or will Complexity start to roar to a lead?
It's a good frag again. It's Config opening up. Down towards the ramp area. Beautiful headshot onto Coldzera. Gotta make moves down towards the B-bomb site once again. Blameth just checking for the potential flank here. He's actually getting flanked himself, but doesn't really matter. Rain takes him down before Brokey or Kyabu could get in position. Obviously not a whole lot left for FaZe Clan to do.
No.
First of all, they're too far away. They don't really have the weaponry for it. They don't have any kits to work with. Complexity picking up their second round. So the pistol going in the favor of FaZe Clan, and as I said, that's exactly what they need. But then they lose a Deagle force buy with a Tech 9 in the second round. That's like the opposite of what they needed.
That's yeah, the first round, they say what they need. Second round, definitely not what they need. It doesn't go their way, and now Complexity. They actually saved quite a few weapons out of that round as well. 4 players staying alive, and they'll carry those in towards this next round. A couple AKs, an M4, and they'll get a couple Mac 10s as well. So FaZe Clan, they are left to try and scrap something together here. Again, they'll save a little bit to get Rain and Kiebi with some weapons. Kiebi will actually drop his Deagle over towards Brokey and use that Mac 10 for himself. But apart from those little spattering of weapons, it's nothing really for FaZe Clan to utilise. And with Rain going down early, that's one of the Deagles, and one of the players of Armor gone already as well. So Complexity, they're going to try and just barrel down towards the B site. BlameF in towards the vents, trades out Nico. That Mac 10 is $600 per kill. He's already raked himself in 1,200. If he can make a bit more, it'll be lovely. But already, they've lost one of their players, Complexity. That's one of the rifles going down. Oboe did get dropped. Cold Zero tried to peek in. BlameF, another kill on a Mac 10. And Complexity now just need to find 2 more, but on the Deagle trying to find damage. BlameF somehow stays alive at 10 HP there. And Config bails out his teammate, bails out his IGL. And now it's just Kiebi with that Mac 10, a 1 versus 4. And I'm assuming Complexity are probably going to pick up the gun that Oboe dropped. Yes, they have. Rush has picked it up, I believe. So, good work. Yeah. I mean, imagine you Kiev in that situation, like, oh, yeah. maybe if around this corner I can pick up a quick kill on someone, escape it, and it's just 4 players, and you're just instantly dead.
It reminds me of that good old clip that got turned into to like a poster meme or whatever from Tarek on Dust 2, where he's peeking middle on the CT side with an AWP, and then 4 people or 5 people are just staring at him. Good reaction there from Rush, though.
Yeah.
2 of the players were low on HP, and they could have potentially gone down if Rush wasn't so quick with the headshot. Speaking of quick, Rain gets the wallbang through the door. Spraying and praying works out for him this time around. Poison gets taken down. Good start here for Complexity. And again, it's a rough map here for FaZe Clan. But honestly, they surprised me a little bit on Mirage. So yeah, they definitely weren't playing amazing Counter-Strike. I think most of us can agree on that. But they actually played all right, I would say.
Yeah.
Complexity still obviously have the upper hand here.
If it wasn't FaZe Clan's map pick, I'd have high hopes, but unfortunately it was. And now Complexity. They are down the man early, as you said. Rain got that spray through the door. I reckon FaZe Clan can convert this one.
They have to. Obviously, we know that this map is CT-sided, so FaZe Clan, they need to get a strong start here on the CT side. If they fail to do so, that works.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Well, there's the answer to my question. Very clean round coming through. All 5 players survive. Rain gets a double spray through the smoke in towards Squeaky. That's quick as you like. FaZe Clan will secure a second. Complexity will call a timeout because they do have cash to buy up here, apart from Oboe. So he may just be left with a dropped SMG or something. Maybe Config could actually drop him over a rifle, which he will do. And they'll be able to get a pretty decent buy together here in the end. Config actually going to go for Galil. With a sacrifice for himself. Gives Oboe the AK-47. He'll get a bit of extra utility himself. Pretty good buy for Complexity. But if they do lose this one, it's going to have to be Yiko in the next. Or at least just some pistols. Nothing more than that, really, is FaZe Clan on the brink of tying this game up early on. They went out the pistol, lost the follow-ups, and now they're having to fight back. A good previous round comes through, and with the AWP up for Brokey, He'll be over towards Ramp Room with a bit of support from Cold Zero, who's yet to find a frag this game. But still early days. Definitely start to light the server up. As Complexity work their way down those secret stairs, they use the smoke wall to give them that veil of cover. And Rain, he's over by the double doors. Forced out of position by that Molotov. He'll move before it lands. So there won't be any ticks of damage that Complexity can hear. So they won't have any inkling to his position. But I think they maybe just spotted them trying to dart away from that flashbang. And he tries to make a stand. Gets one. Traded out though. But Nico and Brokey, they'll find a frag apiece and put FaZe Clan into a great situation. Nico and Brokey, they're going to keep fighting frags. And Brokey in towards the site. That is quick on the AWP.
That's beautiful. That's exactly what they need for this one. Brokey hitting a nice triple there. So the main reason why Rain actually just sat down and held down mouse 1 in that situation to try and see if he could catch both of the players in control room, obviously to try and kill them. That is always the main objective.
Yep.
But other than that, to allow for Brokey to step back so they wouldn't both get caught out. If they both just ran back, it's a really good chance that Complexity was just going to hunt them down and take both of them out. So it allowed Brokey to get in a good position where he actually managed to get a triple kill for the round. And now tying it up, 3-3.
Yeah, and
as
just
you pointed
pistols.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Just the pistols for this one. A couple of deagles, and we said it before. I will gladly say it again. Deagles, they can be very dangerous.
They were very dangerous before for FaZe, along with the Tech 9. Found that second round. So FaZe, we're going to want to perform a little better than that, but they're starting to look a little bit better. A little bit better. A couple rounds come through for them. Brokey hitting shots with that AWP in the previous round is always a good sign, as they'll be over towards the hell position, just watching towards the yard, making sure Complexity aren't going to go for any sneaky plays in that direction. Perhaps a run boost. Never mind. Nico breaks it up as I call it, and he's going to secure himself 4 on the board there. Nice spray down from him. And Rain slides in for the ace denial.
Always good to pat your stats in up against the Nicoing opponent.
Yeah, I mean,
Just make sure that you get those numbers up there. So if you're not doing well in a couple of rounds, the Reddit fans will still be able to say, "Oh, look, he's
he did alright in the
up there
game. Yeah, he did alright. It wasn't his fault. I mean, that round
But-
definitely wasn't his fault, because he basically won it for them there. 4 quick kills. I mean, it's still, obviously, kills are kills. And Cold Zero is yet to find any. But as I mentioned, a couple rounds, there's still plenty of time, and he's not died, though, at least in these last couple rounds. So he's just not had a chance to get these frags on the board. But if it goes on too long, it may get to the point where he's just like, he gets into his first engagement after so long and just ends up just fluffing it because he's sort of a little bit, not rusty, but unprepared, maybe a word. And maybe he can find a frag here. Yes, he can. He gets the first, but instantly traded by Rush from on top of those boxes. He will fall. Nico trying to find some more shots. He'll go 1 for 1 as well. So Complexity doing a good job of keeping things even. As Kievi gets dropped in that position. Rush was ready for that, and Blame F, he'll catch Rain over towards the squeaky doors this round. It looked good early on. They kept finding the frags. Complexity kept trading it out, but Complexity, once it gets into the 3-on-3, they'll just find everything there and secure a 4th and keep FaZe on a leash.
Yeah, you and I spoke a little bit about it during the break between the first map and this one. We kind of, I wouldn't say debated, but talked about what was going to go right here for FaZe to pick up a victory on this one. And I think we more or less agreed that we need to see Kjaerbye get some frags. He wasn't doing well on Mirage. Cold Zero had bad beats on Mirage as well. Brokey had some pretty good shots with the AWP. He won a couple of duels against Poison, so we got to give him that. Rain had some fairly high impact kills, and Nico, I believe he was top fragging on that one. I remember seeing his name up there quite a few times at least. So obviously, if we can get Cold Zero and Kjaerbye to step it up and the rest of the team to follow suit, I think they'll be all right. I still believe this is going to go in the favor of Complexity, but they'll definitely have a chance as long as Coldzera and Kirby steps it up.
Yeah. I mean, Brokey's already looking pretty hot this game. Rain as well has had some big frags as now FaZe Clan. They'll concede control of the ramp room, and if Coldzera falls back, and that's a good job he did, is he able to find almost free from that position. Does get to Brokey, will finish off what he started, excuse me, as it's now all up to Blamer and Poison. And, well, nice round from FaZe here as Poison's the last player alive. Rain swings in for the final two. FaZe Clan, deny Complexity the lead, and like you're a fifth, so this CT side not doing too bad so far. Even if they just kept sort of swinging like this, it's not, in the end, it's not going to be too bad of a half. It would be, what, 8-7? I mean, going over the T side, not the best to be only one round in the lead, but we've seen some teams who are very strong on the T side, so it's certainly not an unwinnable situation. FaZe Clan will definitely be hoping they can try and maybe get 9-6 or 10-5. Give them that chance.
Remember, however, this is a CT-sided map.
Yeah.
And it's still a fairly heavy CT-sided map, so obviously 8-7, I wouldn't say that's good enough. I think we need to see, at the very least, 9 rounds on the board here for FaZe Clan for them to have a chance on this one. Actually, pretty good round here for Complexity, all things considered. Getting a triple kill. He's looking for a little bit more. He won't find it. Rush. He is low on HP, down to roughly 20. Trying to see if he can find a weapon. Gets the information from Config. It's a little bit further up, mate. We'll be able to pick up the bomb, but obviously he's gonna... Well, Kabu is gonna re-peek that angle pretty soon and realize that the bomb is gone. In the meantime, Rush is actually sneaking his way up towards the A-bomb site. He managed to get away from the vent just in time before Brokey takes the angle with the AWP. This gives Rush an opportunity, a very real opportunity to make something happen here. Changes up his position as well. Unfortunately, he goes for the re-peek, and at that time, Brokey was in position. Rush gets taken down, and Complexity, they lose another round. FaZe Clan picks up their 6th.
Yeah, and if they can keep going like this, certainly not a bad CT half, as we said. They'll be hoping to pick up a few more here, but Complexity. Poison is only 1 kill. And that's not a good sign. Like, I mean, it's not, Nuke isn't the most heavy AWP map in the pool right now. It's sort of limited. It's in some ways on AWPing. Obviously, there's a yard, there's ramp, there is places you can use it, but compared to some other maps, maybe not as impactful in some ways. Train, probably the most impactful map for an AWPer. There's so many different ways you can use the AWP and sort of dart between lanes and around the trains. It's very fun to play with the AWP. This one, a little bit more static in some regards, if that makes sense. But certainly, even with rifles, Poison, we'll be hoping he can find a few frags here. And Flamer has already got himself down towards Secret. The smoke wall conceals that movement. And Kirby, he's going to push his way in towards the squeaky door. And post up to hold in towards the lobby. Out of deny access for the Complexity side, and that gives FaZe a lot of information for this one as they start to work their way through the yard. Nico, he'll find an opening and Rain over towards Hell as well. They can double team this and really punish Complexity. But will they? Is the question. As they have an advantage, FaZe Clan. Rain does show a little bit of skin. Poison can't quite find the shot. Rain makes his way up towards Heaven. Obo thinking about moving forward. Complexity there, they're just going to back out of mid here because, or not mid, out of yard here because they're in a bit of a stalemate with Nico all the way back in towards CT and Kirby now in towards Squeaky, his position now known as he finds Rush. There's not many avenues they can go through with 20 seconds on the clock. And it may just be a save. Unless they can get something towards his B site very quickly, as Coldzera is standing guard. He's up on the rafters of the site, and Obo, oh, he reads it. He takes him down. He will be able to get the bomb down, but with Poison falling, it leaves it in a 2-on-4. Obo and BlameF to try and hold the line here against these 4 FaZe Clan players. Molotov towards the Decon door, holds him back for a moment. Obo just checks double doors, and now will set his sights on Decon. BlameF peeks in towards ramp. Obo finds one as well, and they'll bring it into the 2-on-2. Brokey and Nico need to find these frags. There's one still towards Decon, one towards a ramp room, and BlameF swings out wide. There's complexity, they might be able to do this. Obo's forced back by the Molotov, but that doesn't do much for Brokey, as he still has to get himself in towards the site, and the Molotov, oh, it's actually going to work out a bit well for him because he takes down Obo, and around the edge of the site, BlameF can't see him. Is he going to have the time? Yes, he is, and Obo leaves BlameF in a difficult situation there. Just about able to get the defuse in time, Brokey.
I was about to lose my marbles there. I thought for sure that Complexity was going to somehow win a 2-on-5 situation. They were incredibly close to doing so. They played that pretty much to perfection.
The only thing I'd say is BlameF maybe should have worked a little bit closer to support his teammate, because basically a ramp there, he just can't help his teammate once he's got behind Silo on site. It's all up to Obo once Brokey makes it in towards the site there, and maybe. But hindsight's a wonderful thing, and Complexity. You know what else is a wonderful thing? 3K'ing in towards the A site. It does leave him in a 2v2 though, as FaZe Clan managed to get trades in return. Poison and Obo, they're the last 2 alive. Obo just misses a chance on Coldzera coming in towards the site. A dink comes through onto him in return. And Coldzera inching forward. A nade does even more on Coldzera. He'll be able to finish him off. Poison can't make a stand, and FaZe Clan, that's 8. We'll take the lead for half-time.
That previous round was so incredibly important. So important. Brokey finding that frag on Obo over towards the double doors, and then securing the defuse as well. Giving them that round, setting them up for a good chance in this round. Good on Complexity for the fast aggression towards the A bomb side, but again, trades coming through from FaZe. So FaZe definitely looking a whole lot stronger on this map than they did on Mirage, which is a little bit backwards. Mirage was FaZe Clan's pick. This is chosen by Complexity. But they're looking a little bit more confident here.
It is, of course, the CT side, though.
Yeah, we gotta keep that in mind. That's correct.
Yeah, Nico, he's taken a lot of damage early on. 40 points of health remains for him, as he's going to actually get himself into the vent. And he's going to swing around towards the secret stairs just to take guard of that position, as right now FaZe don't really have anyone holding towards outside. Brokey with the AWP is towards hell. But the smokes down make things more difficult for him to observe.
Bit of a slow start to the round here for Complexity. They haven't really gained any ground. They've used a decent amount of their utility. Obviously not all of it quite yet. Now the flashes. Gabu is in such a weird spot. Somehow he's not. He finds double. Can he get more? Close, but no cigar. Nothing shots him down. Coldzera still waiting over at the ramp area. Obo, he falls. It's now going to be BlameF and Config. Once again, the Danish duo. Try and see if they can... Oh no, the flash. Wow. Brokey getting a bit of help from above. Not bad at all.
I'm surprised Kiebi finds 2 there. That spray looked to quite skew with, but he does get the double. And it does set FaZe Clan up. As you said as well at the end, nice flash there. Get that final kill onto us, Config. And that is 9 on the board now for FaZe Clan. So 2 rounds left to play for. Yeah. Complexity running out of options here in this first half before they will take their chances at the defense.
And exactly as we talked about, I mentioned that I think 9 is all right for FaZe. If they can get 10, I think it's going to be... They'll actually have a real good chance at making something happen on this map. So this is not bad at all. And obviously, Kiabu and Coldzera, they've both stepped up a bit from the first map. They've both had like a decent amount of high impact kills. So they're not necessarily super high up there on the scoreboard, but the kills that they get have high impact on the round.
Yeah.
That's incredibly important for them. Nico, well, you already know it. He's at the top of the scoreboard, of course. On the opposite side, it's Config sitting at the top with 11. Poison, again, you pointed it out. Only just 2 frags. Oh, that's quick.
They're being minced. FaZe Clan, they're putting the hurt on towards Complexity right now, and it's only Blame F with a little Mackie 10. Over towards the vents. He's all alone. There's a few players low HP though, including Nico, who is right around the corner. He will be able to find that frag. And then around the other corner, there's another low HP player, sorry, in the form of Rain. But Blame F, he smokes himself off and being pushed from 2 different angles. He's dead. 10 on the board for FaZe Clan. And this is what we said earlier on, or what you more alluded to earlier on with FaZe Clan needed to try and get 9 or 10 rounds on the board here on the CT side, and they've achieved that.
This all of a sudden, this actually looks like a very interesting matchup. So initially, we were both a little bit sad. Is that the right word? Probably not. But we were both a little bit hesitant of giving FaZe Clan a chance in this one. We thought that Complexity was just gonna knock it out flat, take a quick 2-0. There's obviously still a chance for that, but FaZe Clan, they've already stepped it up big time here on Nuke. So pointed out, it is a CT-sided map, but they're playing good Counter-Strike right now, and that's more than we could say on Mirage. At least for the most part.
Yeah, and they may be able to find an 11th here as well, as Rain will open up the round. Does get rid of Rush. Complexity, they've got options here, but oh no, Kierby. He's actually been spotted by Blame F. That could have been a huge flank from Kierby. Instead, Nico, he'll line up 2 and knock them both down. A nade over the top as well. Not going to do any damage as he expects them to push further forward, but it does mean Blame F and Config are left in a 2-on-4. And we saw what they almost did before, Robo and Blame F. Over towards that B site. And they attempt something similar here. Config finds one. He's low on HP though. 6 to his name as Blame F has about 80. It's going to be a difficult round either way for Complexity here. 2-on-3. Can find another frag. Certainly helps things out, but Coldzera, good frag to find, just deal with Config, and that leaves Blame F in a difficult position where Brokey just finishes off with the AWP. So, 11-4 the first half. FaZe Clan, we all put up the numbers there in the end. Quite a few rounds in succession. I think 7 rounds in a row there for FaZe Clan, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was from the 4-4. I think it was 7 in a row. So nice work from them.
Yeah.
Complexity now need to try and step things up on their defensive side.
Yeah, Poison especially. We haven't really seen anything from Poison thus far. You pointed out that the AWP can be difficult on the T side. I think one of the most viable angles with the AWP on the T side is over at the squeaky door, where you sit right up next to the door. You have your teammate open the door for you, and you peek out towards the yard area while your teammate is holding your sight. That is one of the better spots with that AWP on the T side, if you ask me. However, we haven't really seen that AWP for Poison. We haven't really seen anything from Poison thus far here on the first half. Now they're gonna be on the CT side though, so that does give them potential of utilizing that AWP a little bit more, potentially getting him on the scoreboard as well. I don't necessarily think that's all they need. And with that, like, what do you think they need here, Dan? How do you think that...
They need 12 rounds.
Yeah, true. Obviously, they're going to be on the CT side now, so
yeah,
that helps them out a little bit. But what can they potentially do? Do they need to... Well, I spoke about the AWP, obviously.
Yeah,
Rush,
Poison needs to start hitting shots. Like,
yeah,
you can't have someone out of the game that completely cold. Zera managed to pick himself up after a slow start, but Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think it starts with Poison initially. If he starting to frag out, then it's a different sort of ballpark. But for complexity, certainly the CT side is a more favoured side on Nuke, so they'll be coming into that with that sort of element of confidence. But certainly 7 rounds behind, it's still a big deficit to overcome either way. You just wait for ourselves to get back into the game. These a bit of a half-time pause.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I just want to quickly remind you guys about the other games going on. As most of you have probably already noticed, we have multiple matches going on at the same time. 2 sets of 4 matches at the same time is what we were up against today. And right now on the main channel from the studio, it's Vitality versus Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports are leading 1-0 in maps and 4-2 on second map. And that's actually the only match out of these 4 that has any implication on the end result. Like it's the only match that actually matters out of these. The winner of that one will go to playoffs. The loser will not. So obviously check that out if you got a secondary monitor, or throw it up like one right next to the other or whatever. You also have Astralis versus Spirits. And Astralis are looking like they might shut that one down in a 2-0 fashion. Fnatic versus Nip. Swedish Derby. And then obviously on this channel, it's Complexity versus FaZe Clan. Heading into the second half, it's Complexity now on the CT side.
Well, oof. That's not what you wanted to start off this half with. 2 quick kills towards the ramp. Oboe and Rush get dropped immediately, but look at Config. Oh, they had a lot of players towards the ramp, and Config might be able to find something from the backline as long as the teammates can stay alive. Never mind. It's just absolute carnage and Poison. The only one who can actually find a frag. It's 3rd of the game. Not going to be enough for Complexity, as they will get trounced in the pistol round. FaZe Clan 12 and 4.
That's such a good pistol for FaZe Clan. It gives them a bit of a breather, so even if Complexity find a round now, which it's not impossible, but it is a little bit unlikely, but even if they manage to pick up a round in this one, there's still a bit of room to breathe here for FaZe Clan. They have an opportunity to allow for a couple of rounds going in the favor of Complexity. Decent start to it.
Find a couple kills with the pistols, but ultimately, yeah, it's FaZe Clan who have the better weapon, you have the better utility, and will lock Complexity out of this A site with the bomb planted. Yeah, because nade will finish off Poison, and now just BlameF and Oboe. Couple Deagles, a scout for BlameF. It's going to have to be some sort of Herculean effort here. Try and get themselves into the site with Kiebi watching. Surely we'll find a frag. Does get one instantly traded by Oboe, so another kill to come through. It will be finished off by Brokey and Cold Zera. So 13 to 4. This is a big deficit for the Complexity now. This is 9 rounds.
And a massive upset. Like, this is not how this was supposed to go down. It's a pretty good map for Complexity. Obviously, it's their map choice. Statistically speaking, in the last 3 months, it's not a good map for FaZe Clan, but none of them are. This was supposed to be a walk in the park for Complexity, and it seems to be the opposite way around. It's just a brilliant showcasing of why you can never be 100% certain about anything in Counter-Strike. Anything can happen at any given time. One of the many reasons why I'm so in love with this game. I still see some Deagle shots. BlameF having a few issues connecting those. Still looking for it. Still not really finding it. And eventually will get taken down That's going to be a clean round for FaZe Clan. 2 more rounds in their favor, and they'll shut it down on Nuke and send us into a map 3. We mentioned so many times we're not going to see a map 3. It's not going to happen.
That's not looking
Complexity are
good
just going to
anymore.
knock it out the park. It looks like it's impossible to avoid that third map at this point.
Yeah, I mean, gun round coming out for Complexity. They need to have a stellar CT half there. Let's see what they can produce as Poison with the AWP's glass cannon, though. If you can hit some shots, there's a chance. There's one. He'll immediately hit shots. As I say that, Brokey to fall through the smoke. Not necessarily sort of stuff you can rely on, but Config and Blame both finding a frag apiece. Rain will push down towards that lower site, and we'll get the frag on towards Config. There goes there to trade that one out, and that's the bomb drop down towards B as well. So FaZe Clan, they are going to get bested in this first gun round. Kiebi's the last player alive, and unless he can pull off a miracle 1v4 with a minute and a bit on the clock to try and do that win, he's going to have to allow Complexity to a 5th. And I mean, I would say exactly what Complexity needed, but that's a bit of an understatement. I think, yeah, I mean, obviously if Complexity lost this one, it's basically all over for them. As Kiebi does make his way in through the lobby, eludes Laymer over at the lobby entrance, but Rush is standing guard towards 8. We'll take him down, and Complexity, 4 plays alive, a convincing round as well. Not just a round, a convincing round.
Yeah, but they're still sitting at the foot of Alp Diaz, just waiting to paddle up that massive hill. It's got to be a struggle for them to bring this one back, is what I'm trying to say. They don't really have room for any mistakes at this point. They gotta have a clean second half from here on out to be able to bring this one back somehow. And I'm not sure if I see that happening.
No, especially not with that nade from Poison. Oh, dear. Many things couldn't get worse for him. But with the AWP, he did find a shot in that last round. He'll be looking for a little bit more this time as Nico has barreled his way down towards the secret stairs. Config on the other side of this smoke he's deployed. Gonna hold station for a moment, will Nico.
Actually getting a decent amount of information from that. He knows that no one pushed through the smoke. Obviously, now the smoke fades. He hears utility getting thrown up towards the A bomb site. I think this might be a split B, perhaps? The positioning is so tough to say at this point. Oh, boy. There you have it. It's popping off now. Finally hitting some shots. Beautiful shots indeed. Even gets the tag on Nico. Finds the track eventually. That's a triple for Poison. And now the final 2 players. I think they were trying for that split towards B, and obviously it didn't quite work out for them because they got plucked out of the equation over towards the outside. Config with a nice couple of frags towards the end as well.
If that's the Poison we're going to see for the rest of this half, then FaZe Clan are in for a tough time. That was some pretty sick shots, not going to lie. And it has forced FaZe Clan onto just an eco round here. They'll go for a single P250 on Rain. And Complexity, a couple clean rounds there. And they start to build up a bit of cash in reserve. And they also have a chance now against these pistols to secure a clean one. Flame F here's Rain, drops towards the top of main. Poison's going to try and find that shot. A very tricky angle. A few attempts, not landing. Eventually Rain drops back. Oh, okay. Well, the P250 has won that battle out somehow. Flame F getting rinsed there by the P250, and an opening kill goes FaZe's way. Can't get the weapon though, as Config will trade out, and buddy hopping through the radio room to ramp will be Brokey. And that's enough to actually take down Obo. He did find one before being dropped himself, and Complexity will keep themselves in a man advantage, but a 3-on-2. They've already lost a couple of players, and Poison taking damage down to 6 points of health. He needs to be careful of going down here, because with the AWP, a very viable weapon. Yeah, but he's looking
Oh,
for the...
no. No. What are you doing, Poison?
Things you do not love to see, part 1. Okay,
I
out.
already... They needed, like... They didn't have room for mistakes. And then he makes a big one.
Kiebi, low HP. Coldzera's not too much better off. Neither of them have armor, but Coldzera coming in through the hut might be able to catch Rush. And now, this could be 15 for FaZe Clan. In a 2-on-1, Config needs to try and clutch this one out, but the bomb is only just getting in towards the A site. It will get planted in time. Config's going to try and go for the vent, and he's actually going to win out that fight. The aim punch removes Coldzera from the equation. Now it's Kiebi, 13 points of health, and Orp and Config will clutch it 1 versus 2 and save Complexity in this round, as they will find a 7th, but clean rounds. That's what Complexity need, and that was anything but clean.
Bit too close for comfort. But they needed that. They needed that big time. Good little clutch towards the end as well. If you're FaZe Clan here, are you starting to sweat a little bit, maybe?
Not yet. I think once Complexity starts to get towards double digits, I think is where FaZe Clan will be feeling a bit of the pressure. I mean, obviously, this is still Complexity's map pick, so there's obviously that pressure just inherently, but...
They still have quite a massive lead.
Yeah.
Double the amount of rounds. Not bad at all. But they should have won that situation, right? That 1-on-2 situation. After getting the kill on the player moving in towards lobby. Now, they're going to be moving in quick towards the A-bomb site. Config, he needs a little bit more. He doesn't find it. That's going to leave it all on Poison. He hasn't had the greatest game today here on Nuke. He doesn't find anything for this round either. Map point it is. FaZe Clan just 1 round away from shutting it down right here, right now on Nuke. Sending us into that 3rd and final map.
This is not what I expected coming into Nuke. As we... Oh, double AWPs for Complexity. Config with 1, Poison with a glass cannon AWP. Oh, this is not looking good. Obo, a FAMAS, a UMP for Playmeth, just a Deagle for Rush. It's really not all too much, but Config will find one opening frag with that AWP. Gonna look for a little bit more as well towards the ramp room. But for now, Coldzera is just playing around the corner. Playing nice and safe, tucked in. Yeah, B. Try and squirrel his way in through the squeaky door, but rushing the Deagle on top of the hut is good for that killing Complexity. Might just be able to stay alive in this game as they look to find an 8th. 5-on-3. No weapons picked up yet for them, though, to complement what they've already got. There's one from Rain. Does net the kill onto Obo, and that's the FAMAS going down as well. Rain takes quite a lot of damage for his efforts there. A single Deagle shot from Rush could finish him off. 45 seconds now. FaZe Clan need to push further in. Coldzera is going to take a lot of damage now. Nico might have to do a lot of the heavy lifting in this one as Rain starts to move in. Rush will get taken down, but Poison's up, secures 1, and Playmeth from the backlines has got a 1 as well, and that leaves it all up towards Coldzera. 30 seconds as he pushes in towards the site. Will deal with Poison, but Config on the secondary up will secure Complexity an 8th.
Yeah, 2 rounds ago, if FaZe Clan were... If their palms were getting a little bit sweaty, perhaps. If their sweaters had mom spaghetti. I don't know. But at this point, it's not looking that bad for FaZe Clan. Obviously, they just need 1 more round to shut this one down. They should be able to grind it out eventually. That being said, it's still not over. Ooh, that's an interesting amount of damage dealt to Rain.
Yeah. Config with the auto shotgun. You do love to see it. Gets 1 onto Nico. The kills coming through, though, in return from FaZe Clan as Coldzera and Brokey. They put up the numbers here to bring things into a 3-on-3, and now it's low HP, though, for a few of these players. Coldzera and Rain, they're combined 40. Config, though, he has 1 singular point of health. And they're going to get that bomb down towards the B site. Config's going to work in with this auto shotgun, the Alligator, to try and get to use. Never mind. Molotov, a single tick of damage will finish him off, and it will be a 2-on-3 now for Complexity to try and stay alive in this game. And Blame FE can't do anything, neither can Rush. It's going to be FaZe. 16-8 on Complexity's map pick. A huge turnaround from the FaZe Clan side to force this to a decider map.